always makes me smile in this sort of media world that we now work in, because clearly the people at the top have not moved with the times. Some might suggest they're still stuck in the 1990s. And this was a period when there was, well, lots of money to waste on programs. If you remember, they would make anything, and then if it didn't work out, don't worry, because they always had ad revenue or indeed sponsorship deals to fall back on. Currently over here in the United Kingdom, this particular franchise, ITV, are struggling with the advertising revenue. Oh yes, but of course it always really doesn't matter to the people at the top, because it never really affects them. What it does affect is what you get to see on your screens. More repeats, and more importantly, more cheaper programming. Less of the classic television stuff, you might say. But what has actually made me smile is this particular story regarding the Hollywood star. I'm using that term loosely, that's a few years back, right? But he's a great character. I've interviewed him, met him, Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rourke turned up to appear on a British UK reality TV show, Celebrity Big Brother. Now it's currently on ITV. Started life out on Channel 4, moved then to Channel 5, and then finally has found another home here. And this is where, you know the score, a mixed bag of celebrities, and again I would use that term loosely, all gather in a house to live for around about 3 weeks without contact with the outside world. Some might suggest that's quite a lot of celebrities in their normal life, in their minds at least, right? But what's fascinating is it's the bookings that they get, and they always want one particular big star name, there always has to be one that really creates something of a rumpus, the sort of thing. And particularly if they're trying to sell this to other countries, if they've got that Hollywood name or that big reality star person, then they hope those particular areas will snap it up once the series is aired over here. Well, they hit something of a snag with Mickey Rourke. Now Mickey, as you know, the ever-changing look, it's hard to define exactly who he's supposed to look like now, but they said it was Mickey Rourke as he entered the house, and from the very off was a very difficult contestant, making fun and play for even the presenter as he went into the house, and then proceeded to, well, shall we say, be disagreeable. Now, this falls on two sides really, because clearly they're saying he's a man of a certain age, and more importantly, he's just saying what somebody of that age would say. The other side of the coin is, well, is this a pre-planned thing? Because, well, this is what happened. See, Mickey apparently offended so many people in his short tenure inside Celebrity Big Brother. And what they always do is remove the most interesting person. So now you've got all of these people who pushed hard to get rid of him, and now what you've got are people that you clearly don't care about. There's no jeopardy, there's no bad men, the sort of thing. It's like pantomime, you get the picture. Now what's fascinating is the press reports are now stating that Mickey Rourke was going to be paid 500,000 in Great British pounds for appearing on this, including his flight over and 5-star deluxe hotel stay. Now the report says that given the fact that he was exiled from the show early, he's only now going to be getting 10% of his earnings. Well, how true is that? Well, let's be blunt, chums, it's not true. He's picking up the full 500k. But of course the channel don't like to reveal the fact that once again somebody's made a boo-boo. And this is where you play fast and loose with the ad money, right? And as ever, we have to say allegedly. But what I find fascinating is, did they honestly think that somebody like Mickey Rourke was going to stick it out for 3 weeks in a house up in North London? And clearly, Mickey knew the game better than them and is now £500,000 richer off than when he started. His name back in lights, and no doubt he will be in demand for many other things, including, I hear, a stint in British Panto. Always good to set the record straight. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.